But let me just warn you with one thing. If there's one true religion, if there is one true religion, if there is one true religion, whatever that religion is, has to itself acknowledge or make sense of the dimension of the religious unconscious. And in my opinion, and this may be a challenge for you if you disagree with me, but this is my opinion, and I'm allowed to have it. I don't see a self-awareness of that dimension outside of Sufism. Meaning, for some reason, only Islam and Sufism in particular creates the awareness of the unconscious dimension of religion. That there can be many, many different religious beliefs you hold unconsciously. And that the inquiry upon the nature of faith does not simply happen at the conscious level. Maybe the monks in Mount Athos absolutely prove me wrong. I don't know enough. I'm not familiar enough with those traditions. This is all explained in Kusa's Double Pyramid. Pestomime, I don't want to fucking hear this LaRouche garbage about the fucking how the Italian Renaissance, those guys fucking figured it all out. They stole everything from the Silk Road. They stole everything. They stole everything from the fucking Abbasids and shit, and it was a secondhand sloppy rendition of what was fucking going on in Al-Andalus, and they just took it and made it rationalistic and bullshit. It's like, dude, the Italian Renaissance people did not fucking, figure it all out. It's bullshit, okay? As a matter of fact, I think during the Italian Renaissance, a lot of those Italians, I think what they were doing is they were worshiping fucking geometrical demons. That's what I think. I think they were worshiping some kind of Pythagorean geometrical fucking demonic thing. And that's Spinoza's substance, and there's a really dark undercurrent in the Italian Renaissance. Those scary ass people with those fucking masks and shit, like the eyes wide shut. Some kind of geometrical god of geometry. I don't trust none of that. The Medicis and all them scary ass people, I don't trust none of that. Keep that away from me. They were all usurers. There's something satanic about the Italian Renaissance, 100,000%. Because if you actually look into it, during the Italian Renaissance, they replicated the Asiatic model of benefactors and the arts and stuff, but it was all done by the private sector. Now, the bankers were so fucking powerful. They were doing something that previously only like a sultan could do, right? And it's like these bankers were having the eyes wide shut mask. They're probably sacrificing babies and shit. Who fucking knows? Scary ass Italian Renaissance. I should be running graduate seminars. I was thinking about, this is a good idea. I was thinking about becoming Professor Jiang Aldin. In the other room, I have a lot of room. I can set up a whiteboard. I can get a camera. I can do the whiteboard thing. And I can be like Professor Jiang. I can just, because I always do the Microsoft Paint streams. How easy it would be to just have a whiteboard. If I could teach you guys using a whiteboard, I could fucking cook. Okay? I love the Paint, Microsoft Paint thing. Whiteboard would be fucking cool, right? Call yourself an imam. You think I won't? You think it's a joke to me? I have no problem doing that. Imam Haz. I have no problem. Professor Jiang, Imam Haz, the Sufi Sheikh, the Sufi teacher. And I can go viral. But I don't want to be... there's something... I don't like this. There's something about this I don't like. Because it just connotes a type of like a fat guy drinking tea, just like a fat guy. Like these guys were not exercising. They were sitting around being fat and they had their feet up on the floor. And like that's not the type of person I want to be. What happened to athleticism? What happened to the warrior ethos? So I need that's something else Islam does not have that Christianity has. Maybe it's different now because of the Ertugrul series in Turkey. But Islam, the aesthetics are very much a lazy fat ass who's just sitting around, just be like, oh, go with the flow. I'm so wise. It's like you're just sitting around being a fat ass. Very yeah, it's something ironically very sedentary. But Christianity is the religion where you're like, it's like, we do it for Christ, and then you fucking jump in an ice bath. You fucking open ice, and you jump in an ice bath, get fucking baptized like the Russians do. And then even Protestants, they're like, they endure the suffering. They put themselves through hardship. They're strong. They lift, you know? They go to the gym, they work out. And it's like, Islam is lacking in that department severely right now, you know? And isn't that interesting? I think Islam doesn't emphasize suffering enough. Too much leisure, not enough suffering. That would be my criticism. Too much leisure, too much leisure. Rabbis have the same fat spirit. What's your favorite denomination of Christianity? Good old-fashioned Baptism or maybe Mormonism. I like the American Baptist style, honestly. It's my favorite. Lutheran? Yeah, it's more German, you know. I like the Baptist church, American Baptist churches. Calvinism, I'm not a fan of Calvinism. Why Baptist? I asked as a former baptism. Because it's unpretentious, because it's simple and it's unpretentious, because anyone can just set up a Baptist church anywhere. And I think it's not hierarchical either. And it's just purely the gospel. It's purely just they're singing, whatever, but it's very pure to me, you know? There's a non-pretentiousness, there's a simplicity, and there's a purity that I like a lot.